It's time to start streaming. So I hit preview. Yes, very good. Very, very good. Yes. Yes, very good. So now we social media while we wait for the chat to populate. It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely. Not for very much longer. So now we social media. Hello,
While we
Jake.
wait for the chat.
Keep control. I remember doing the time for drinking those moments when the madness something and the void would be calling. Let's do the time up again. Or whatever. Eh, I'm satisfied. You're welcome for the feedback. I've been pretty satisfied. Boom. I should probably. Oops, I need to edit this. And I need to tag Heather. That one. And while I'm here, who else? All right. Bryston, hello. My evening is going. Hang on, that could be loftier. My evening is going well. Wait. No. That's too much delay. Robot. Rotary is the worst one, though. Is rotary on? Yeah, rotary. Rotary? Is that rotary? Rotary is the worst. Yeah, you hear how horrible that is? It's like the worst fucking thing in the universe. Sounds like I don't even know what to describe this as, but it's the worst. Okay, we're gonna give it that. Okay. Okay. Room. Nope. Room. Well, these ones over here are more outright. You need these turned up a little bit for them to do anything. So if you're in a room, that's really. Is that more rotary? That's bypass. That's room. Okay, that's plate. This is various rooms at this point. Like it just sounds like different spaces you might be in. Yeah, we have a comment here from. We got a comment here from the commissioner. Commissioner Jim, what did you have to say about the motion on the board? Yeah, I don't like that dang motion. I got chickens up in here, and these chickens, they can't be, you can't be having no fences. I disagree. Oh, how far cool is this guy on the other side of the room? I'm your counter argument. Well, there's no time for any of this nonsense. Because I just bumped the volume way the fuck up, and that's very uncomfortable. Goodbye. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No more of that. Rip headphone users? Sorry. I'm wearing headphones too. I've done everything to you that I've done to me. I hope. All right. I don't know how long I'm gonna wait. Oh, I was gonna do this on Twitter, wasn't I? Fuck. I mean, like, I don't know how long I'm gonna wait before I start recording. Because I've tried to do this Shay Apocalypse video a bunch, and this is like the last go at it because it's so irrelevant at this point. It's just everything I've made for it so far I've not been happy with, and I'm hoping maybe having the webcam and everything. I don't know, man. We shall see. I know for a fact it's going to make doing a bunch of other videos way easier. Okay, so we do need this running. We don't need Photoshop running. Goodbye, Photoshop. I'll see you when I need you. But we're going to watch the Stone Vlog on Star Trek. It's basically all put in. I do want to go through and add clips, and I want to go through and maybe punch up some of the editing and add music. So besides adding music and all that kind of stuff, some minor little editing things that I want to do a second pass on. This pass is done. Which means the Shay Apocalypse video still may come out before it, because I really doubt I'm gonna put so much effort. Not effort. That's hard. That's I'm not gonna put in so much extra bonus editing. Like I'm not gonna bend backwards over it. Yeah, Steven Universe broke the internet yesterday. Holy shit. It was a good reveal. It's a good reveal. It's completely owned or earned. All right. So we just have to notify the Twitterverse. Anyway. Are we good? Yep, that sounds like a lot of typing. Good evening, everybody who's shown up since I was social mediaing. We're going to get started with the Stone Vlog recording. We're going to get that done first because I'm frisky for it. I got a big boner for talking about Shay Apocalypse and being done with this nonsense forever. So that's what that's going to be. I guess space is fine. You can be bigger. Oh, hey, me. You can be bigger than me for this. And therefore, this can be bigger. Okay. This'll work. Okay. You start recording? This is the buffer for the recording. Should I put gloves or something on? Oh, yes, because I'm so goth. I am very goth. Proof of my gothliness shall be evident by my arm warmers that I wear for no... I'm in a very warm state, but our apartment is made to be very cold. For my vampire soul, I'm a goth. Goths wear arm thingies. Goths always wear arm thingies. And I'm wearing headphones. Should I wear the hat? It's a Stone vlog. I should wear the hat. So many head accessories. It's gonna be too much. Too many head accessories. Can I put them on like this? No, of course not. Hang on. We got this, boys and girls. We got this. This is very important that I record the process of me gothing up. There's layers to my arm things. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a process. Like, there's steps to it. And you have to let it blouse out a little so it's comfortable. Then you get the bondage thing. Ladies and, yeah, fellas. Alright. Daddy's almost ready to start talking about Apocalypse. Do you see how much this has aged me? You fucks. Every day on my Twitter feed, talk about Apocalypse. Every day. It's not true. No one cares. Not a single person cares. Apocalypse. The Michael Bennett perspective, part 3, is the least requested video in the history of requesting things ever. That includes a bowl of dog shit and dog barf soup. No one gives a fuck. Hey, I'm Bunny Perspective creator Michael Bennett. I'm on video, and here's a bong hit. This is tobacco. And I love you. Stone Vlogs. Play the fucking intro after this. Hi, it's me, Bunny Perspective. Hi, it's me, Bunny Perspective creator Michael Bennett, and I'm gonna wrap up Apocalypse stuff. So it's been a month and a week, like almost to the at this recording. It's been a week and a day. Excuse me. It's been a month and a week since the Change the Channel document has come out. And where are we? So State of the Union on that. Oh, let me shake the camera. God, I bet you about all these people with their web cameras, and I do the same fucking thing first thing up. That's a tasty, spicy... Can you take 2 on my Italian stereotype? That's a spicy, tasty meatball. I think they should add tasty to that stereotype. It'll make it positive. And then you're going to drink something? Yes. I don't actually want to talk about this. So where are we? I've talked to a few people. I mean, a few of us seem more active. A few of us are doing stuff again. Not many. I mean, I'm not talking to very many people again. But that's fine. It wasn't... I mean, I didn't expect to talk to anyone really. You know, like, if I'm going to be really fucking pragmatic about all this shit. I've said it 1,000 times. What benefit does Lindsay Ellis have with being friends with me? Goose egg. So it doesn't surprise me that I haven't heard from anyone. That said, you know, this whole this whole change of channel thing, what did it do exactly? Like they're getting subscribers again, apparently. I'm glad it's all out, but what are we talking? What was out? Like stuff that people knew about but didn't know about, and then we found out some really dark shit about Justin, and then no one talks about it ever again. Like Doug Walker, the Walkers are off the hook. The social justice in warrior, just can't get take two. The social injustice warrior guy, he's done. Medicare, he's like, didn't want to do the first set. I don't know, man. I think everyone's like, they're just kind of waiting. They're all standing back. They're all like, is it really all over, or is the first person that says it's all over going to be wrong or whatever? And I'm gonna say that fucking Salon article like really fucking eulogized this whole thing, right? Like that felt like, oh, dad's here, the party's over. That Salon article, man, that felt really fucking. I don't know. What am I supposed to feel about that fucking weak shit? I mean, if they did any research, they would have found some fucking interesting shit. But they yada yada'd, absolutely 100% yada yada'd over all of the sexual allegations because no one wants to get sued. And I get that. And I don't know, man. They knew for years, right? And they're just going to get back. They're just going to have fans. People aren't going to remember this. It's going to be like, wow, isn't it weird that the Nostalgia Critic had a Fine Brothers moment where they lost all of these? But like the entire idea of having Channel Awesome to begin with it was so oddly specific. So let's talk about it, shall we? So Channel Awesome was a really good thing. And I think it's something that we people on YouTube are doing anyway. Well, I see other people on YouTube essentially doing what Channel Awesome was supposed to be, which is just a collection of like-minded individuals making content together. And the idea being, if I support your work, my fans will see you and hopefully become your fans and vice versa. And there were a lot of weird quirks and everything. Like it was weird it was weird that people had reviewer dibs, and there was a lot of weird shit that was going on in that oeuvre. Because it was deemed that there was only so much worthy material to discuss, like, oh, if Lupa talked about The Room, then you had to do this whole disclaimer about why you're talking about The Room. Because it's like, well, why would I watch somebody else's video on The Room? Now it's just like, you just watch a video on what you want to watch a video on. Because duh. It was just that atmosphere. Because I never got a chance to talk about this, and since it's not going to be relevant in any other fucking time, the forums were like a cult. Like, it felt like at any time Rob would come down and pick up somebody and say, you are worthy. Welcome to the ranks of Channel... Well, it wasn't Channel Awesome then. It was that guy with the glasses. Oh, and Doug Walker is very impressed with your work. And stupid, man. Just feels weird even thinking about it now. And it's not like it's any different now. Like if ContraPoints ever notices me, I'm going to freak the fuck out. Because they're just popular. It doesn't have anything to do with Channel Awesome, but it became this thing that it seemed like, and it really did feel like Rob Walker and Doug Walker were really involved with picking the new talent, because it also seemed like they were writing the scripts for everybody. But the more you thought about it, the more you're like, well, they don't really know what these characters are like. They never wrote Lupa right. They never wrote Phelan right. They never really took the time to make these actual characters,
They did a big sci-fi movie. And they have a guy on their site called Sci-Fi Guy, who they murder in the first scene, who has nothing to do with the whole thing. But it's a big sci-fi movie. When people say they didn't have to do this, that was not correct. This was a huge PR nightmare. It was a PR nightmare on Channel Awesome's part on who they invited and who they didn't invite. It was a PR nightmare if you couldn't do it for whatever reason because you're like international, you know. And just finding out some of the stuff, again, I thought that I was going to die on the hill of they just treated Iron Liz badly, but Iron Liz is doing fine. Iron Liz doesn't need my help, and I'm glad for that. Iron Liz is really, I'm really looking forward to having a very vigorous argument with Iron Liz because I think I side with the fruits, and I think Iron Liz fights the fruits a little. And I'm a fruit, and I side with fruits, so I think we might have a good conversation in the future. Oh, you're still avoiding Channel Awesome. Oh, you're still avoiding Shay Apocalypse conversation. Do you know that? Did you know that I have space goggles that I can see into the spaces with? The spaces of your fucking dumb little brains. I don't want to talk about Shay Apocalypse. It just sucks. That's what this video is about. I don't want to talk about it anymore. You know how Mars Girl's like, I want to talk about Shay, or Jesus, motherfucker. It's like children. They named them so fucking similar. Channel Awesome, Shay Apocalypse, Channel Awesome, Channel Apocalypse, Shay Awesome. I hate everything. I hate both of them. I hate Doug Walker. I hate Lindsay Ellis. I hate Nella. I hate Kyle Calgren. I hate Jacula. I hate every single one of them. Is that what you want? What do you want? It's true. I resent Dan. Does everyone want that? Is that what everyone wants from me? They want to hear how I like don't resent Dan and like am happy for him and just wish that he had more time for me. Is that because no one wants to hear that? They just want to hear I hate everybody. So I hate them all. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Me liking them or me hating them doesn't affect them talking to me. They've all made their decision on their interactions with me. Fucking neighbors with their fucking runt children. I hate children. I'm in a really mad mood now. I'm waiting for these fucking parasites to, like, where I can't hear them. God forbid I yell cunt loudly and these dumb little shit moron children hear it. You know, I'll do something wholesome while I'm waiting for the children to go away. I don't want to talk about Shay Apocalypse. The reason being is when they fired me, it was pretty much, it was a low blow. It was the lowest part. Like I mumbled and rambled through this last video. And that was kind of edited. Like there's a lot taken out of that one. And then I kept on recording these. I kept listening to them back, and I'm just like, it's more of the same. It's more of the same. You're not really explaining things because I kept on just like trying to figure out how to structure this in a way that it would make sense to explain it. But you can't structure this like Shay Apocalypse for me represented an actual recognition of my hard work, but by the time Shay Apocalypse got to me, I was like rotten fruit. I just was so worn out by the system, and I was worn out by personal reasons that they didn't really understand or give a shit about. Because they gotta understand, the people around me, the people making the bunny perspective with me, we weren't making money at it, so it was not deemed a worthy project. So I felt bad to even ask to work on it. That's not necessarily true that Jason and Trevor didn't want to work on it necessarily. That's not always true. Let's say that we're excited to work on it, but I was also stubborn on how the scripts were written, and I regret that now too. I'm not saying it was a 100% even good working environment. I made it difficult. They made it difficult back. We were bouncing off each other in a bad way, and we're all not making money. We're all trying to do what we love to do, and none of us were making money. And it was slowly killing us. We were living in Podunk, Michigan. Like we're living in like rural Michigan, which might as well be Alabama. And we're trying to sell art. And it was not working. You can't tell that to these Channel Awesome fucking people. Lindsay's brought up in it too, but I think she's moved on from it a bit. I don't know. I don't want to talk about her as a person because I don't know her anymore. I don't really remember. You know, I keep trying to strain my brain for interactions with Lindsay, but you know, if I got to be completely honest, I don't really remember anymore. Like when they fired me and they like dropped me, that if there was, I mean, like if I think if I was on Shay, if like we were doing more Shay stuff, I can't even say that's true either, because I wouldn't have seen any results, because I didn't belong on Shay. The show was more crafted to Channel Awesome, just like to bring him up, TJ the Amazing Atheist, he made a character specifically for the nostalgia critic audience. It was not this Amazing Atheist thing that he had an audience for already. He made something specifically for this audience. Now, I made the bunny perspective initially for Channel Awesome, but I didn't know where it was going to go. And then I started live streaming, which I ended up liking a lot more. And I was trying to figure out how I could just ditch doing the bunny perspective full time. And then I moved back to Michigan, and just things got worse. And then it just got harder and harder to stream. There's a really weird gray period with live streaming where it was just kind of impossible for me because I had a Mac computer, and they're really hard to fix when they get older. Like unlike a PC where you're just like, what part's broke? Yank it out and get a new part sometimes. So I don't know. I can sit here and recount stories about Nella, but bottom line, every single time I kept telling up stories, no matter how interpersonal they got, like I went with Nella's group to see Tintin at MagFest. But Nella didn't interact with me. I was just around while Nella was delegating everybody else. So, but she didn't, I mean, like, it was like she hung out and everything, but I hung out mostly and talked mostly to Lindsay and Todd, a few other people that were kind of in that group at that first MagFest. And I hung out with Vangelis a lot. I don't know why me and Vangelis don't talk very much, except that he's busy. These Canadians, man. Shit. It's almost like that free healthcare permits them to go do the things they want to do on some level, huh? They pay them taxes, though. Right? Right? They pay them taxes, though. I know. We're talking about anything but Shay Apocalypse, right? I don't know, man. Like every single time I come back to this, the subject, it just gets rambly and dumb and rambly. Like, I figured this one would work out better just because, at the very least, there's not just a static cartoon. You can see that I'm actually anguishing to figure out what the fuck to say about this dumb shit. So here, I'm just gonna barf the real feelings, right? Okay, I already know Lindsay's never gonna talk to me, so who gives a shit, right? Oh well. Oh man, a bunch of feminists and anti-feminists won't hate me because they're not going to figure out what to do with me. So they're both going to hate me. Darn it. Fuck. Now they won't hate me. Shit. And then, I mean, Rantasmo, I don't know where I stand with anyone, so I assume Jamie hates me. I just assume everyone hates me. But, I mean, last I knew, I mean, we weren't unfriendly. I just have this weird feeling that there's a mandate that came down that's like, don't talk to Michael. We don't know. We don't understand where he's at. And I guess rightly so. Shit, I must be such a fucking monster before, right, you guys? What a cunt complaining about Channel Awesome and bitching about how my numbers don't go up ever. Wow, what a fucking shithead I am. Fast forward to Kyle, who got Twitter suspended or something for talking about wanting to kill himself, which is exactly what I was doing on Twitter. And I just knocked that shit off when I just gave up. What is he? Is he giving up? Does he make? I don't watch his videos. Does he make videos still? There's a chat I'm asking now. This is very much going to annoy me because that I might have found that part of that to be a good take, and then now I can't use it because I'm addressing the 11 people that showed up to the live stream. Hey, if you want to be a part of the Bunny Perspective live stream, am I going to call it the Bunny Perspective live stream, or are we going to call it the Bunny live stream? It's been Bunny live streams cleaner. If you want to be an audience member in the Bunny live stream, all you got to do is click that bell icon. I'm pretty sure it won't tell you when I'm doing shit. I'm pretty sure YouTube doesn't give a fuck about me. It doesn't matter. Just pay attention and put it on Twitter. But so far, it's 6 a.m. Central. Between 6 and 7 a.m., I'm on there. And I'm usually playing League of Legends until I get bored, and then I try to do smart. After that, that's usually gone forever because I'm usually listening to music. And then after that, afternoon and evening streams basically happen nearly every day. It's just I can't tell you when they're going to be because sometimes I'm working on something else and I don't, or that I can't show you, or rather show you in a more complete state. And I record things like the Stone Vlog you're watching now there. You saw a bunch of flubs and flip flaps that you won't see anywhere else. And maybe, if you're good little boys and girls, I'll put this into the complete Stone Vlogs things, and you can see all the times I called Lindsay a cunt. I called her cunt, cunty, cunt. What a bitch, what a cunt. Oh, I called her a cunt. Everyone get me. I literally did it once. I did it ironically. I did it as a bit, but you know what? I did it. I called her a cunt. Come and get me. Fuck, I'm just so annoyed already. I'm annoyed already with the non-reaction that I'm going to get. Like, no one is going to care. I'm preparing for the reactionary reaction that I'm not going to get. What I'm actually going to get is them ignoring me, and then I just go, oh, I'll just make my show then. Ugh. All right, Kyle is still doing things. Okay. So I haven't watched a Kyle Calgren video in a while. The last few I've watched, he like says a point and turns to the camera, and then the camera fades out or something. Like, lately, every goddamn video has been a preachy mess. And I don't know, man. I don't want him to be my fucking representative for depression. You know, when I got depressed, I got pretty angry too sometimes. No one represents that shit. I mean, I think that's why I liked Evangelion so much. It just really related to that kind of hopelessness on so many different weird levels. And then, you know, asshole Justin kills himself. And you gotta put your brain back from, you know, a month ago where I was on Lavi's stream crying about this cunt. Well, now you're equating Lindsay with a rapist, Michael. Time's weird is what I'm saying. Okay. And Kyle is never... I'll never say no to having a conversation with Kyle. But I'm not going to ask him to have a conversation. Ergo, I will never ever have a conversation with Kyle. Because I always tried to have a conversation with Kyle. He won't. So, who cares? His videos are pretentious. He was making things for Channel Awesome too, and then he got on to Shay Apocalypse, and then he tried to make it smarty smart, and he's not that smarty smart, and his beard looks bad. Look, this is fine. Then I just have to shave this like once a week. This looks fine. Kyle, you can do this too, buddy. You're like not that much younger than me. We're at the age, just let it come in a little bit, shave it all off, then it's clean baby face. You look ridiculous with that beard. Back me up, universe. I mean, while we're here, I'm not calling out his beard because I'm not calling out his beard because I think that his lack of a good beard is a masculinity thing, because I also cannot grow a beard. But I tried and I looked at the results, which were a patchy nonsense fuck fest. Look. See? Look. You see how it's all white right there? You see how it's not white right here? Guess where the hair grows, motherfuckers. I'm not discriminatively shaving. I'm shaving the whole bit at the same fucking time. Any rate, I'm not calling him out because his beard is weak. I'm calling it out because he can't recognize that his beard is weak and he doesn't shave it. At least shave it down to where it's strong, which is his goatee area. Goatees are fine. They're very intelligent looking. No one will fault you for not having a beard, you scumbag. I think my dogs might bark. They didn't bark? Okay. Alright, where was I? So I don't know. Here's the thing though. I also really thought about it, and I'm like, would I put in an effort? Would I put in an honest to God effort with Lindsay? Yes. Would I do serious work, serious conversations for the opportunity to work and talk to her again? Yes. Would I do the same thing for Kyle? No. It's not worth it. Am I going to put a lot of effort into Kyle? No. Nope. My neighbor's slamming the door 3 or 4 times. I hate kids. I'm pro-abortion specifically because I hate kids. You just skip them up to adults. When I shaved, I was wearing a goatee. When I shaved, I left the mustache, and I looked at Heather and I go, huh? No. And I agree. It's all or nothing for me. All of this or none of this. Or, as you can see now, whatever this is. Okay, so Elise, Paw, Sursum Ursa, I had almost no interactions with ever. I saw Elise at Magfest, and she was looking for Paw, and then she grabbed Paw, and they were like snogging, and she was like embarrassing. She's like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about Elise because I don't know her, so whatever. My neighbors are they have like shitty little children, and they fight. Yeah, they fight. Me and Heather, we've been living together for 3 years, and we don't fight. I don't understand people. Heather goes, I don't understand people. I don't understand people either. We don't get it. I'm trying. I'm trying. Meet more. We're moving. 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 So before you ask me any questions about Maven of the Eventide, I don't know what color panties she wears because she would never tell me. I'm certainly not her type. Who else? What else are we talking about? She's monogamous. And I'm polyamorous. Actually, Their entire crew I can't run with because let's get back to Channel Awesome as a collective for a second. That guy with the glasses, overall, if you will, the community, the atmosphere. See, those forums are gone. They're gone forever. So now you just got to hear Grandpa talk about the forums, and they were anti-drug as fuck, specifically anti-marijuana. I don't know where everyone got the idea, but I've always got the idea. Well, okay, let me back up. I think on high, Doug Walker made marijuana smoking seem like if you do it, you're Harold and Kumar, dumb asshole. Fine, fair. Some people know the stoner burnout that smokes a bowl like every couple of minutes, even if they're just doing a stupid fucking vlog. Oh, shit. Some of us are trying to get the voices in their head to stop trying to get them to kill them. Okay? The voices in my head have a very logical, very sound, very easy plan to kill me. Okay? And one day it's just going to sound way easier than whatever I'm doing. It's not a cry for help. This isn't like a suicide thing or whatever. The marijuana stops that voice. There's also just, I get weird panic attacks. So, guess what marijuana gets rid of for me? Weird panic attacks. Okay? Does it have side effects? Yup. Is it hard to get? Yup. Does it hurt my lungs? All three. But it's the alternative, and I've tried it all ways. Alcohol works for a couple of weeks. I'm not gonna front. I can get them anxieties cut the fuck out with a little bit of booze for a couple of weeks. That's why Heather usually she thinks I'm not gonna be able to get product for a while. She'll come home. Wait, that's why I have alcohol right now. I'm like actually weirdly set for a few weeks. And so like there were, you know, in Michigan was legal, and when I started in LA was medical, and in both instances I had like medical paperwork. But that doesn't matter to these people, you know. Like the cult of Channel Awesome is if they perceive that Doug Walker thinks that smoking marijuana sucks, then they have to all toe that line. So you know, I felt alienated all the time, and then the Shay people are the same way. You know, again, you know, like it's not that Lindsay was really anti-marijuana; she didn't really care, but she did judge me for it. She did chastise me for. She did chastise me for medicating instead of finding help. It just turned out I needed to completely shut down and work at thrift stores and fast food joints until my brain turned to mush. Actually, and then, and a lot of people have been saying to a lot of us, hey, you just been waiting for something like this so that you can come out with new stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but I was already going to make something. Like I've been trying to, if you look at the past of my Twitter, excuse me, if you look at the past of my Twitch and everything, I've been slowly trying to do stuff, but I've had a hard time with other communities just because I got frustrated and bailed early. And I got frustrated with trying to make videos. I was trying to make bunny perspective plays. No one was watching them, and they were a lot harder to make than they seem like they would be to make, because it's just a let's play and then the puppets in the corner. But it was like a real pain in the ass to make those, and I just got kind of, you know, I just kind of got into a second run of depression that had nothing to do with anything, and retreating was what I did. Even when I was making the bunny perspective, the bunny plays, the bunny perspective plays videos. Even when I was making the bunny perspective plays videos, I wasn't watching Lindsay Nostalgia Critic. I wasn't watching any videos. I had no idea what Lupa was doing. Like it's kind of been nice to go back and watch some stuff from the past couple of years for people that I do like, because movie night's really good. She has a good intro for that too. Allison's stuff is really great. I just don't think we're gonna be friends. We weren't friends before. I don't see us becoming friends now. So I'm not even trying. It's not personal. Same with Mars Girl. Mars Girl tends to like things that I've put her in, but I don't think we never interacted. I never interacted with Mars Girl that I can even remember. Maybe, no. I cannot remember interacting with Mars Girl. I talked to Linkara's wife on Facebook. But I mean, I like Vegan likes me. I like Vegan. We knew each other from before. I think she was at Magfest too. So we have all these weird parallel stories. But I mean, I've met Vega a couple of times before, which is just I mean, it's weird where the community goes. There's a few other people I know. I haven't talked to like Horror Guru, but I don't want to because he's associated with Jacqueline. I don't want to talk to Jacqueline. I'm still really upset about how that video went down. So I don't know. What else? Like I said, it's hard to do these stupid things without them becoming rambly. That's why I don't want to talk about Shay Apocalypse anymore. That's why this is like the whole wrap up video. Cause it's like that, when that salon fucking article came out, in my brain I was like, oh, we're done talking about this, aren't we? And they were. Everyone's done talking about it. That's a drag. Change of channel really didn't do much, did it? I mean, to be honest. Where are we at? I mean, maybe there's stuff going on, but I just happen to know a few things in my brain, and I'm like, I think everyone's just done. I feel like there was an attempt there, but I think everyone agrees that you have to like actually take a next step. Now, I could be wrong, and they might be doing a whole big second step that's about to come down. I'm hoping to be wrong. I'm hoping that we're not done talking about this. Feels like we're done talking about this, though, right? Like, I'm not trying to be a shitlord, but I want to talk about fucking dudes later anyway, so let's talk about that in the next vlog, because that's much more interesting to me. Because, like, I came out as polyamorous and bisexual, which I think was butting heads with this whole group, too. Because, again, there was a lot of awkwardness when it came to relationships. Certain people were kicked out because they were perceived as slutty. I'm not going to say who, Lindsay, who was accusing who. I'm not going to say who she was accusing of being slutty, but she was accusing someone of being slutty. And I'm going to tell you, Lindsay, that did affect personal relationships of mine because I deliberately did not pursue relationships or conversations or friendships with certain people, Lindsay, that we both know, Lindsay. And part of the reason I didn't interact with them is because I perceived that you would be judgy about it because of how you acted at MagFest when we met. Now, I'm not saying you haven't grown up and gotten over it and blah, blah, blah. I'm really not. I imagine by levy of the information that I'm now very knowfully, like very, that I know that what we're talking about. But, it'd be nice to have a conversation. Like, it would be at least to get some closure on this. Maybe you like me now. Because I feel like I'm very close to wanting... I'm just looking to get out of what I'm doing now. And... this isn't begging for a job, Michael. You're right. I will say this. I am going to go out of my way to pick apart some of these Nostalgia Critic videos that have been coming out. And I think I'm going to go out of my way to watch some of those old demo reel episodes. I don't think I'm done talking about fucking Channel Awesome just because fucking this social injustice warrior's done talking about it, and this other cockbiter and this fuckwad over here, I don't mind making that my personal fucking little hobby. Do you think that's gonna bug me? You know how easy those videos are to make? Push play, record my reaction, record the time of which it's done. You could do it in Premiere. I could do it in Premiere. That's how easy this is to make for me. So we're not done with Channel Awesome. We fight them. Hang on. I got a thing for this. We fight them in the convention halls. When we see them at a convention, the walkers, the Mashards, the walker's daddy, we say, how did you let them hide that damn rapist for a goddamn very long time, inappropriate amount of time? Just get up on the mic and be like, Doug Walker. There was complaints. Okay, sorry. Hang on. Take two. We will fight them in the tubes, the YouTubes. They'll put out a video. We'll react to that video. We'll make snarky faces. We will criticize their criticisms. We'll remind you that Doug Walker used to be a janitor. We'll remind you that Doug Walker just pulls this voice all the time. This is how he makes jokes. This is 100% of his humor. It's a nasally voice, but I added reverb. Therefore, me better, me best, me. Skeletor. That's what I was building up to. Okay, hang on. Okay. That's right, Doug Walker. You met me once, and I was cordial. And you were in your brain thinking, what's that fat guy wearing eyeliner for? I know you were thinking it, you fucking Midwesterner. I know you, motherfucker. I'm from near where you're from. I know what I would think if I saw me, you butt of a fuck. But it was nice of you to be polite. You know, in hindsight, knowing how homophobic those guys are. They were pretty polite, considering. They were worried I was going to flip a phone out and be like, what'd you say? Did you say faggot to me? Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you. Patreon members, hey, enjoy that your names are here for all eternity. Everyone that's on Patreon as of the recording of this, for any dollar amount, they got their names on here at some point. I may even do a video where I read and make jokes and or answer your questions from Patreon. But there's no goals right now because I haven't moved. When I move in July, after July, I'll have it more. I might have it closer. Before July's over, I'll probably have an idea of where everything is. What else? In the description, there are links. There's a Discord. There is and Patreons get access to voice chat so that you can get on there and strategize with your team for League of Legends or whatever the fuck game you play. And if you're a Patreon and you have a request for a little chatty room, you can get that in there too. What are you doing, Michael? Editing. I'm gonna edit this later. Fuck. What else? So join the Dick Snort. I'm on there sometimes. There's an art exchange, and you can type all your words for free. No one cares if you're on the Dick Snort. Oh, yeah, the Bunny Perspective is going to have puppets in it again. Because I've got this camera now. And it's pretty good. It's fine. You can see a puppet in it. I'm still going to do the art thing. I'm just going to do it kind of like... You know how Jim Sterling has like a video portion? You know, at the front. I'm just going to do that. And then, you know, I'll write some bits that are specifically for the puppet to do. Do you think this set is better? Or, well, you know what? We'll figure out the set later. It'll probably be over here. I've got some stuff that I can still put up. Why don't you burp into the microphone more? Like you're a fucking League of Legends content creator. Hey, tell me in the chat if you'd be interested in League of Legends content that I'm going to make anyway. And if you do want League of Legends content, what kind of League of Legends content do you think is underrepresented in League of Legends content creators now? Oh. By the way, I have laughed and just blown all the product out. This is, of course, tobacco. Because who knows where I live now. I live in a space station above a legal marijuana state. How about that? I'm in the airspace, or space. But this is, as you can tell, just like Linkara's ship, the doors look like house doors, but this is totally a spaceship. I'm just comfortable in an apartment. I also like chicken fingers. I love chicken fingers. My name is Louis. Give me your chicken fingers, bitch. Oh, also, Carrot of Color the Grayscale keeps saying she's going to come on the live stream. She still hasn't. Are you lurking right now? Point. All right. I will see you guys on the next Stone Vlog. It'll be video as well. And maybe some tune stuff. The next one's called Faggot, so that'll be a fun one for YouTube for me. None of these are getting monetized. Love you, kisses. All right, that's it for the recording of the Stone Vlog. How's it going, everybody? You guys doing good? How's it going? Oh, fudge. I mean, I'll meet you in the middle. I'll keep this stuff on. Maximum size. Sir. Yeah, call up and represent. I'm going to show off the... Oh. Hang on. Okay. Old butter. Oof. I think, okay, there are these sausages that they sell at Walmart, and they look artisanal. Every time I've eaten them, I've gotten sick feeling. And I opened them up. Oh, there's like 2 left, and I was looking at them, and I was like, this is green. Why is this green? And I just threw it out. It might have been a seasoning thing. But I don't know, man. I just couldn't. I sniffed it. It smelled like bad. It smelled like the bad, and I bailed on it. We are going to show the Star Trek It's the Stone Vlog for Star Trek. It's gonna come out. This Shay one's gonna come out before it because this one's gonna get some more clips and stuff added to it. This is like the skeleton edit of this. So, I'm gonna stall on that because we can do that anytime. Should I have a game on or something while I'm just chatting with you guys? Is that better than nothing, or should we just talk? I'm okay with just talking. It keeps this video like nice and neat. On the old legalities thing. Oh, you know what? League lore would be a fun one. I do want to talk about skins and skin lore. I think. Tell me if you think this is a good idea, Wolf. All right, so all of the League of Legends, they've been putting all the skins together in like their own little skin groups or whatever, and like ones like like the Star Guardians. Okay, this might be easier if I illustrate this using League of Legends, because I do want to. I am going to do League of Legends content, but I have to do some rearranging before you guys can see it. I think. I don't know if I can. No, I'll be able to. I know what to do. I'll make sure that worked. All right, get rid of the border. And get rid of you for right now. If I no. I'm going to risk it. I think I'm right. Yeah. All right. No need for you guys to see how many skins I have. We'll just say, oops, shit. A little bit of information. There, now it's a mysterious mystery. But you'll get an idea based on just the ridiculous number of skins you're going to see based on this. But we go by set. All right, so project possibly a Mega Squad, but Project Star Guardians possibly definitely maybe the mech and all the future robot stuff. At any rate, what I was trying to say is, so they've got like this set, right? This is the Star Guardian set. Okay, and they'll probably do another one this year because it's very popular and it just prints money for them. And they have the Omega Squad, and then they have these, the Blood Moon. They've got some other ones like the arcades or whatever. I propose they should be making. Now they make videos for a lot of these that have narratives to them. I think they should be making regular comics devoted to each of these particular universes. There should be a Project comic. There should be a Star Guardian comic. There should be an Omega Squad comic. There should be, I don't know. You can get weird with it too. You can do the Definitely Not comics. It's just jokey jokes. The Steel Valkyries needs to be a comic because this one is like, there's a big story that they're trying to tell with this one too. The Pulse Fire is another good one. And then you can like mix a few things together to make kind of an interesting universe. So you could take the mechas and the programs, maybe even Pulse Fire, because they're time travelers or whatever, so they could go anywhere. And you could throw them in with some other things like the Road Warriors or some other nonsense. And you could do like a kind of a crossover comic. Or you could do things where that's the whole point, is that you've established all these other these other universes as comics, and then the god characters start using those other worlds. I don't know. Yeah, Super Galaxy lore. There you go. So I just based on the art that you're just kind of briefly seeing with some of these, like just the artwork alone tells a pretty vivid story. Like right here, you don't see parts of it, but you can see like schematics for different characters. Like Elemental could almost be in one of the medieval ones too, by the way. I'm going to go by set. Sets are kind of easier to look at things. Where's the Sejuani one? The D&D looking one is really interesting because like Hearthstone just came out with a set that's D&D inspired. They could do an entire sword and sorcery comic based on these characters very easily. So I guess that's my point. They could just combine them with some of these other ones. Academia has already got a comic, by the way. So I'm not like pitching out a field. So I don't know if they're going to try to do this more, but I know Academia has somebody that writes some stuff for it. But a Battlecast comic would be really cool. You know, especially with a Resistance Ialawi. Yeah, the Rumble. Well, that Rumble, Heimerdinger, and Ziggs built those to oppose Victor, so that could be its own comic. Like it's the Battlecast and the Mech are like directly fighting, but you could put in Program. It wouldn't be hard. Like you would just say the Program was developed by, like maybe the Zoe character, the Zoe skin, the. It's not hard to put them in that same universe. Do you see what I'm saying? And I really want to write a comic where it's a 1960s B sci-fi comic where all of the characters are represented by Heimerdinger. So the alien is the alien Heimerdinger. The mechanic Heimerdinger is like the random mechanic that sees it, and then there's like the laboratory. Because there's like an exploded Heimerdinger. And then what was the other skin? Oh, there's the hazmat suit one. But then you'd make up some, and then you just eventually release those as skins. So you'd have just like a woman, but it's Heimerdinger with a mustache, but she's dressed up like a waitress, and that would be really fun. And Heimerdinger doesn't get enough skins, and you just make them all like cheapy skins, and you bundle them all together. I don't know if I care if they make actual games or not, Wolf. I just like I don't mind them doing supplementary material because their board game is really awesome. The board game they came out with, I've seen it. I really want it. Especially because you don't have to paint those miniatures. And I love the Yordles. Yordles are like my favorite fantasy race. So I do want to write like. Don't get me wrong. I would love to write some League of Legends comics. Like I have some ideas for League of Legends. Like Zoe's really fun to draw. So there's just like it's just like like I don't know. The League of Legends community, it's not one I really want to work that hard to crack into. That's part of my problem because like I look at it and I'm like I look at the content creators and you see how many of them quit. I mean, like, if anyone watches Donkey now, it's because he makes video game reviews. It's not because he's a League of Legends reviewer. But I started watching Donkey because he did League of Legends stuff. So when he quit, I was, like, really disappointed. But he had a good reason to quit. They banned him. That's some really fucking... that's some Walker shit right there. That's some really tone-deaf shit, not understanding that... Video game Donkey was actively getting you viewers, for your game. That is gonna have dwindling numbers because of Fortnite. And Fortnite's going to spawn games that are better than Fortnite that do similar things to Overwatch. It's just not. It isn't out yet. But there's gonna be a game that comes out that's somewhere between Fortnite and Overwatch. If League of Legends was smart, but they're not. But if League of Legends was smart, they would be making, because they have 100 characters, they would be making a League of Legends style Fortnite right now. But they're not smart. Because they have all the locations. You have one part be Piltover, and you have one part be... And you can make a Fortnite today with unique characters with abilities. You could do it today. How much more programming would you need to do? You just make sure everybody looks good, you tune up the graphics, you give them, and then you take a shitload of time on the level crafting. Am I wrong? They gotta do something soon. But I would play a Fortnite as Jinx. Just saying. Like, I think that's what's missing for me. Drop the items, except for that you find them in game, and then you can make references to items in game. It's really I don't think I'm off base. And you can even put minions and stuff in the game as things that you can kill to get items and stuff. Like, you could do a very unique take on a Fortnite that doesn't have to be Summoner's Rift. It could be its own levels and everything. Riot, hire me. They won't do it. That would they're the best at copying people. They should just copy Fortnite. Why wouldn't they? Seriously. Are they? Shit. I don't play Smite, so I wouldn't know. How are they fucking up Smite? I'm curious. Because I don't think you're gonna say anything I won't understand. I don't really play it. What are they doing? Because everyone says they're fucking up League all the time, and I'm like, no, the community fucks League up. Because Riot cares. Like, I think Riot would, like, I think Riot could do this. I think if Riot really wanted to, they could pull back in some areas, and they could double down, and they could make this game in like 3 years development. I think they could do it. And I don't think that would be too late. I think that would be ramping up. Because I don't see Fortnite going away. But I do see League of Legends going away. And I think, especially if they hype this up, if they have playtesters within a year and a half or something, even if it's really rudimentary, where they only have so many champions and it's like a smaller part of the map, and they just like I could plan this development out. I'm not a game designer, but I think you could do this in a way where you could get it made. It's not like they don't have a lot of this stuff figured out programming wise. You just have to figure, like, certain characters, you just need to figure out how they would work in a Fortnite scenario. You know, like, it might be just that Jinx starts with a machine gun and a bazooka, and that's just like, and a big rocket launcher that she can guide. You know, like, some of those characters could be like that. I don't know. Yeah, okay. They're letting scams for skins go on. That's that's classy. High res. High res is on all the like consoles and everything too. That's so annoying. I hate that shit. You know, I'm going to see if I can fix this glare on my glasses. Yeah, after you're done recording your video. That's better, actually. So you want to play because you want to be Baron Samedi. but you can't. I assume buried Smitty is in it. They're releasing 3 different gods, or are they releasing multiple gods? Anyway, I don't care. I find Smite to be a lazy piece of shit game anyway. I just you're not a bad person for liking Smite. I can see why anyone would like Smite because they do a lot of research. They do research for their gods and everything. I just don't like it. I tried it. I just the art style really I find unappealing. Like I don't know, I just find the art style and I just find it kind of lazy to use gods instead of like League of Legends. They made their own canon and their own characters. I just find that more admirable because it's successful. And I want them to double down in that, which they're starting to do. Like they're really starting to respect their own properties. That it's like high time, you know. Oh, Chernobog. That's interesting. Like I said, I don't. Smite's not my. Smite is not my wheelhouse because I don't play. Like I don't even play Heroes, which I think I would kind of like because I do have some connection to some Blizzard games, but at the same time, I don't really think I have. Like I don't really like how that one plays. There's something about League's item system that I love and hate. I do like it. I like that it whittles out some stupid people, but I don't like how the game players have gotten. I really don't like how the content has gone. All right, I've yammered. I'm going to go ahead and play the Stone Vlog Star Trek thing right now. That's a good shot of me right there. Get out of here. Now, again, I'm going to be adding to this. I'm going to be adding clips, like Star Trek clips. I gotta get the clips that I need. And after this, I'm going to wind it down for tonight. I'm going to do some work privately and post it. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get any notice from ContraPoint. Kind of infatuated with ContraPoint right now. But I'm assuming that's just me barking up a tree. That's just me barking up a tree. So I'm going to get it out of my head. I hope you guys enjoy the vlog, and I'm going to go off mic. And I hope you, like I said, I hope you enjoy. And again, know that I'm going to put in some music, which I'm getting off my computer from the. So it's like this whole thing. And I'm going to get music set up for it. And what else? Oh, I'm also going to be adding the Patreon's names at the end of this. So there's a bunch of like post-edit stuff that I'm going to do. Again, this is going to come out like at the end of the week after I get the last Stone Vlog on Shay Apocalypse out. So, and then I also have I have better assets of me and Heather with us as Star Trek characters. So, enjoy. You guys are the best, and Patreon members are going to have access to this, but this is not going to be access to anyone else after this. So, enjoy. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Stoned Vlogs. This time in 4 dimensions.
Da, 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 da.
That one's Heather.
Hi.
And this one's Michael. Stoned Vlogs, the first ever breakdown of the season of Star Trek. We're watching Star Trek Next Generation. Like, it sounds fine. I'm going to take this off. Let's do a take 2 on the intro. I'll do the intro. Because I'll use the space reverb.
Okay.
It'll be good. Welcome to Stone Vlogs in 4D. Heather, you want to say something?
Say.
Way back then it was okay to be a little feared, but all my friends are dead.
We're talking about the first season of Star Trek Next Generation. Heather?
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yes, with Picard.
And data.
and all the rest. We're going to talk about it in kind of a broad sense. I'm going to talk about my Star Trek past, and Heather will talk about hers, but we're both very recent converts. I just wanted to watch Next Generation. I didn't know if I wanted to watch any classic. And, I don't know. So you watched all of it. The ones I've seen, I'm like good. I don't even think I need to go back. I might want to see Trouble with Tribbles, because there's definitely a TNG episode that relates to that.
You need to go back and see the first Mud episode too.
I need to see the first Mud episode. I'm a big fan of Mud. Why would I be a fan of Mud?
You are Mud.
Madam! I find that highly offensive. So you watched all of Star Trek Classic Edition, Kirk, and you've seen an entire season with Picard.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk or Picard?
Picard.
So you've seen, let me get this straight, you've seen nearly the entire career of Captain James Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen arguably the worst season of Star Trek Next Generation. And your favorite captain is
Picard.
Picard. Jean-Luc Picard?
Yes, Jean-Luc Picard. Kirk was dicking around.
Yeah, I don't see. I was like, I'll talk about that in a second. I'll talk about like where I realized I was a Star Trek fan, because like it's kind of an interesting moment for me. But yeah, after watching Picard, like Kirk's a fucking maniac.
Yeah,
He doesn't give a shit. And if you're a woman, forget about it.
Yeah. So, but then in the animated series, he hooks up with the devil, and he's like, "No, this guy ain't so bad."
Yeah, they defend the devil.
And there's like 5 different episodes in the original series where they go to heaven, and Kirk's just like, "Nah, bro, no one's paying attention to me."
Obviously, we're not judging classic Trek based on its shitty looking tech.
No.
Because if you look at all 3, the best looking tech is probably Discovery. Like it looks like iPhones and shit, right?
Yeah.
But I was impressed for 1988 how close they were with all the touchscreen stuff.
Yes.
Like the panels seemed like they were static, because obviously they're kind of like painted on or whatever, or like made with a transparent lighting thing. But it definitely felt more realistic than a bunch of people flipping switches and turning knobs and looking into a sensor.
Well, I think that Star Trek really paved the way for our current technology.
Oh yeah.
Because people were like, "We see that in Star Trek. We need to make that in the future." And because like the early communicators, they're like cell phones.
I'm gonna paint my nails while we do this. Is that okay?
Okay.
So Star Trek. Jean-Luc Picard. We did this whole bit. We were doing this whole bit where it was Jacques Cousteau. Style that. 49.
The final frontier.
Yes, the final
These are the adventures of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission.
To find escargot across the galaxy.
And explore the alien life.
Next Generation is, first off, the intro is better.
Yes.
The intro theme is fucking killer. With like, it's got the bells and everything. Dun dun. Good. It's a good intro. Okay, so we gotta start with, we did the intro. That's all I got to say about the intro. There's nothing quite as cool as the 1960s intro. Like that intro is like, it's iconoclast. Yeah, but at the same time, that new Next Generation, like they really set you up in that 1980s way. Like there's this grandioseness to 1980s music. All right, let's talk about episode 1.
Okay.
Episode 1 blew me away. My story about episode 1 is not how I figured out I was a Trekkie, but on episode 1, I was tripping on LSD. And I watched it twice. Because I felt so bad that I watched it alone without her, that I was like, all right, I feel bad, I watched it, but I want to watch it again anyway. I had no idea John Delancey was in the first episode. Of course I knew he was in this, and I knew who Q was by Transitive Property, and I also, as a My Little Pony fan, you understand that Discord also, is voiced by John Delancey, is supposed to be a Q-like figure. First episode with Q, and he's on the throne that moves around, and he's got the whole audience. And
he's got the hat.
The hat! And the whole getup? Fuck, dude. That first episode is a triumph.
Yes.
It's a triumph! 1988! I mean, now that I'm like, okay, I see why some of this stuff, like that 1980s, there was a big fascination with people on cranes moving around and things, but like, I don't know, man. That whole interaction with Q in the court is just so, just like the moment where Q realizes, of course, oh shit.
You fucked your nails? I'll do your snaps from now on.
People in the future might go, are you really this fucking retarded when you fucking record these?
This is all gonna get cut out, or is it?
Oh, it's all going in. This is gold. But it's basically 2 episodes. One episode is the trial. There's a moment where the Asian dude comes up with his little person friend, and he goes, "All rise," but they're already standing. So Picard, like, he looks around everyone behind him and everyone sits down. He's like, and they all sit down. He sits down immediately. That was the ballerest fucking thing. Like, we've seen that this being can just manipulate space or at the very least can make clothing on himself at will and teleport.
He pokes the bear because he's trying to do the same thing that Q is doing. He's trying to see, he's trying to gauge how he can fuck with this entity so that he can beat it.
What else about episode 1? Oh, the reveal at the end.
Yeah.
They're 2 squid friends. I love the idea that the first episode was like 2 concepts of cosmic horror, both done really beautifully and interestingly without it being Cthulhu or Azathoth.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are these giant beings. Like they're bigger than any, like people were living on top of this giant jellyfish thing. Yeah. And the concept of giant monsters like that is fascinating.
And the effects in the first 2 episodes.
Pretty good.
Yeah, like they blew, like it's a pilot, so they had to make it look good.
There's some pretty rough episodes.
There are some pretty rough ones. There's like the 3rd episode, you can definitely tell there's a dip. But it's not too distracting.
Right.
Like I've been picking out little things, but like there's one boom mic shot that I've seen so far.
She was so excited when she found it. Boom shadow. So let's go through the characters.
Yes.
Obviously Picard's the most important. He's great. I mean Patrick Stewart is like one of the greatest. He's such a great actor. Picard it's sort of like if you took Bones and Spock and put them in a blender.
Yeah, he's very
logical, but he's also very empathetic.
Yes.
Which is very rare.
Yeah, Kirk was not very empathetic.
No, Kirk gave no fucks.
Kirk was not very empathetic.
No, Kirk gave no fucks. Kirk was just like, we're looking around for stuff.
We're gonna do what I want to do, and we're gonna go where I want to go.
I'm white. I want to go places. I want to go take over everything.
Fuck your feelings, snowflake.
But Jean-Luc Picard feels like rational human being. Also, that first episode too was nice that Bones was at the end.
Yeah.
That was really cute, or in the middle actually with Data. That was a really cute moment. And speaking of which, Data.
Yeah, love Data.
I don't know. I mean, like I know we're going to talk about Picard. I'm not yada-yadaing over Picard, but that first episode really establishes
who Picard is
and the respect that these people have for him.
Data is my favorite little cinnamon roll. I like him a lot. Let's see, what else can I say about Data? I love him. He's the most beautiful little boy child ever.
Yeah. I thought Data was going to annoy me. We'll talk about who annoys me later. But I really thought Data was going to be, and he's honestly probably my favorite character. I tend to be more annoyed with Riker, because Riker's the dummy.
What was the joke?
He just called him Pinocchio. Nice to meet you, Pinocchio.
Yeah.
And he goes, and Data like looks up at him. He goes, "Oh, a joke." Data episode with Lore is important to mention. We're talking about him.
That is my favorite episode.
It's a good episode. You know what kind of death you've earned, little man? The greatest line in Star Trek history, said to the most appropriate character. But yeah, I like Lore. I like that Lore is very clearly like supposed to be inferior to Data. Data's supposed to be like information, and Lore is like, it's still information, but he's more like scheming and
he's more personality than he is.
Yeah, he's what? Oh yeah, because humans like him. Like that's his whole thing is humans like it.
Yeah.
Like that's his claim.
I mean, nobody hates Data either.
No, but that's the thing is Data is struggling with it.
Yeah.
Apparently, the first season is a bit
Picard heavy.
well. It's a bit. Some of the episodes are like the episode where Yar dies, pretty lame.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't like a great episode. It was like this evil skin that got left behind, and I don't know if the actress's contract was up or if she was gonna go do a movie or whatever because she's in Pet Sematary, which was '89.
So it might have very well been Pet Cemetery. She's like, "Yo, I got this
Oh,
new
she probably
job.
she probably just had it. It was
Like it's Stephen King, and I got to do it."
Yeah. And she probably made a mint, man. She probably still making.
Yar was my favorite.
Yeah, Yar's pretty. Yar was hot, man.
Yar
There's
was
some,
hot.
There's some shit. There's some scenes where Yar's wearing some outfits.
I will
like,
probably try to
whoa.
do a Yar cosplay at some point.
But she was a little bit competing with Worf.
Yeah.
And Worf is more important to talk about. I mean, I like Yar. I wouldn't have minded Yar, and I certainly it would have been interesting to see the writers differentiate those two, like the Mad Max culture versus the warrior Klingon culture.
Who was raised on a human farm.
Right. Yeah, they were like kind of opposite.
Yeah.
Like she's dealing with like
PTSD.
Yeah, warlords or whatever. Yeah. It's like an interesting thing that they didn't do anything with. I don't know. It's better, right?
Yeah.
It freaks them out because they're like, "What happened to your old Phil puppet?"
He's sacrificed.
It's dead, bitch. Worf was kind of boring this season. Season 1, he's not barely in it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he's in it,
like he gets one episode where it's just
with
for
the
him.
Klingons.
Yeah, he gets to meet the Klingons, and
which
that's
was
where
cool
we get
to see legit Klingons.
Yeah, like we got to hear some Worf lore, where we learn his background.
Like Claire, more about the Ferengi. The Ferengi are interesting. I'm a little disappointed at how animalistic they kind of seem.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I know we get a legit Ferengi character later on, and we've already seen Whoopi Goldberg because we've seen the first episode of season 2. Oh, but the Ferengi were just like
they're capitalistic.
Yeah. Counselor Troy.
Troy, I like her a lot.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
I like her that she's an empath.
Yeah.
I also like that she's really good at picking up on language cues and like mental tics.
Well, I like that she's also a half race with a race that people are afraid of because they have mind control powers.
Yes.
I like her enough. I think she gets a little too cry woman for my taste sometimes. A little.
Cry woman?
Like she's the woman, so she has to cry.
Oh.
She ends up being the one that gets pregnant for a day. Is kind of weird that it's always. I mean, Troy's the right age for it, to be honest. Like the character's fine for it.
Well, I feel like
Yar was already dead.
She is an empath.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel like she is the one who would be the most emotional.
I'm not, but it's always crying. She's never boiling over with rage.
Right.
She's, you know what I mean?
That's Yar's thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people, because this cast is so big, people tend to get relegated a little because it's season 1, so they don't know where people are. So right now, my feelings on Counselor Troy is I'm constantly like, she's fine. That accent is a little. I don't know where that accent is. It's like sort of Russian-y, sort of not Russian-y. It's like it's like Eastern European-y, but like avoiding it. You know what I mean? Like Eastern European, but in America for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like they always put Counselor Troy in positions where, yeah, she pouts and she always goes, and she always suggests the very, the softest solution. You know what I mean?
Like,
it's Worf is always like, we must destroy them, and that's its own annoying stereotype. And you know what I mean? But at least the point is he's like from this warrior race, where you know what I mean, like where it's like that's you can't help it. It's like genetic, so he's like roughened. But it's like her dad is a person, and her mom is a whatever race that she's part. I can't remember. I don't know. I like I said, I don't dislike her. I don't think she's a bad actress. I just feel like maybe they didn't know what to do with her. And mostly, I got really sick of her looking at Riker like this. And then Riker looking back and being like,
Yeah, like her and Riker's relationship seemed kind of
dumb.
yeah, like
Dumb
like
shit.
Yar was more attracted to
Yar and Data's relationship was more nuanced, and
my
they
favorite.
just fucked. They just fucked.
And then in her death video, she's like, "Data, you're so childlike," and I'm like, "Whoa,
Wait a minute.
what are you implying?" And then we've got Dr. Crusher.
Right.
Dr. Crusher is really good. Well, I think I say that about everyone.
But she's not in season 2, is she?
I don't know.
She was like,
We're talking about season 1 though.
I know, but how much do we have to talk about her? But it's not like the military. It's like you're like an elite force. Like you go there, like you have to be accepted. Like Wesley. Uh-oh, I said it.
Uh-oh, you said the bad word.
Let's talk about Riker before we talk about Shitlord.
Shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley! What do we have to say about Riker before we can get to fucking Will Wheaton?
Riker is more the Kirk. He's definitely the horn dog.
Bob Vila.
Yeah.
He's milk toast vanilla. Okay, so I love episode 1 when you meet Riker. He reminds me of my friend Wes Candle. I think that's why I kind of hate him. Even without the beard. Like, with the beard, for sure. Without the beard, I'm just like, your face looks like it's missing a beard. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
His face looks like, the whole season, I'm just like...
Well, then when he got the beard, you were
I
like,
feel better.
Beard,
I'm like,
beard.
Better. Because no one else has a beard, mind you. Everyone else is babyface.
Yeah.
So it's important that he has a beard.
I like that he plays trombone.
Oh, yeah. Riker does play trombone. Some weird episodes. Wesley Crusher.
Shut up.
Sucks. Not a Star Trek fan. I like Will Wheaton. Like, I like the other things he's been in, but for the most part, they've been kind of... But I love him in the D&D campaign, Acquisitions Incorporated, when he was doing that with the Penny Arcade guys. Now I hate him. His stupid little baby face was sort of, fuck, Wesley, you're allowed on the bridge. Go look at the bridge. Oh, the bridge. Those are actually called... Shut up, Wesley, you fucking scumbag!
How do you know that?
Fuck, I hate him.
But Wesley is like a savant. He knows a lot about the ship.
Yeah. And, like, there are moments where, towards the end of season 1, where I was like, okay, I saw what the point of Wesley was. But all I can see is he's this dopey, like, puckered-lipped mouth. And he's always got that dumb fucking expression on his face. I came in. I'm Wesley Crusher.
Wow.
Wow.
Dude.
Are you a weird alien?
Dude.
I'm gonna distract you. Oh! We're 10 bajillion miles, 10 bajillion light years away from where we're supposed to be. We've never seen anything like this. Oh, whoops. Everything we think of becomes real. Whoops. Good job, Wesley. You distracted the pedophile space weirdo. Yeah, I'm talking about,
and then,
right?
yeah.
The episode where they warp like a bajillion miles out of the way because the weird alien guy looked at Wesley and he's like...
And then there was that episode where everyone gets
Pay
drunk.
attention, dude! You might send him 20 billion light years out of the way!
And then there's the episode where everyone on the Enterprise gets drunk. That's the same one where Yar and Data go at it.
Yeah.
Wesley doesn't...
The Spanish Fly episode.
Yeah. Wesley doesn't understand what being drunk is because he's a kid. And they're trying to get control of the ship back because he's taking over the control of the ship. And all the adults around him are just like fucking drunk and stupid, and they have to try to wrestle back control of the ship from Wesley because he is mad with power.
It's so fucking annoying. Like when Wesley takes over the Enterprise, you're like, this is an episode, and she fucks the robot. what am I? Is this Star Trek? I'm like, I guess it's Star Trek.
I mean, they do have that episode, the one where the air makes them drunk, or skin to skin contact makes the ship
You're
drunk.
talking about the original.
Yeah,
yeah. I saw that with you, and I thought it was an interesting parallel because they did do a parallel. They did a few parallel episodes.
Yeah.
You're right. I hate Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley can go shut up.
But I love the Enterprise. I love that it's a floating city.
It's basically a floating arsenal.
I love watching that first. Yes, I love watching that first episode where they decouple the cone or the
bridge.
the disc.
Yeah.
They separate the disc, and then they come back around to face Q. That is so fucking neat. Dave Riker parks it basically. It's like when your dad tells you to parallel park, like Picard's like, do it manually, and he's like, manually, sir? Yeah, do it right manually.
You can do it manually, can't you? I can do that too.
You flinched. Good, I covered my ass. So the ship is really interesting. There's a point. It was the finger trap episode where they have the Ferengi and the Enterprise. And the Enterprise is like cruising along. And all of a sudden, the Enterprise is like dead stop. Like everyone on bridge is like, what? Like they literally are like, how the fuck? No one knows how the Enterprise stopped. And this is when I knew I was a Trekkie all of a sudden. Is I went, oh my god, how can they just stop the Enterprise like that? It's huge. It's like a floating city. And then my brain went, you care about you're impressed by the capacity of a ship to incapacitate the Enterprise? Like you have a barometer of what ships' power levels are. And also, it looked like it was the Ferengi, so I'm just like, is this it? The Ferengi are gonna fucking, this is like episode 3 or 4, and the Ferengi are like, they're already like locking down the Enterprise, and like, it was a cool moment. Like that moment and the moment with Picard, like sitting down willfully. Like there's these really gem moments in Star Trek that are like, tell me why people like it. Like I never got it before because it just looks like dumb hokey bullshit. Like I really did not. I kind of thought I was gonna get bored and stop watching it. Did you think you were gonna get bored of original? There's some episodes that aren't great. There's a bunch of them forgetting.
I was impressed by how engaging it is because I grew up and I thought, I'm never gonna like this Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, for real. Same.
Like I would see it on TV. I'm just like, ugh, cartoons. Please.
Yeah. I mean, I get a really warm feeling when the end credits come on because that's usually when I'd flip back from something else. I'd be like, oh, thank God, Star Trek is over.
But,
I can watch whatever's next.
But like, having picked it up and watching it, it's very nice to see where all these references in our other media come from.
Yeah.
And getting these other references that I didn't get before.
Hey, are you worried about spoilers?
Then get the fuck out!
Oh, I fucked my nail in.
Maybe we should put like some fingery tips on those.
Just tacky. Whatever. Final thoughts on Star Trek. We're gonna keep watching it.
Yes.
We're going to report. Yeah, we've been recording for like 5 hours, so I'm okay with saying that's good for us. So, oh fuck.
Tune in
I
next
have been
time.
Michael. Heather has been Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Hi. This has been the
cat.
This has been the cat. Thanks for joining me. If you're watching this, I think I'm. Oh, this is stuff for. We have a few patrons. I haven't decided all of the goals and stuff yet. So, the talking now, maybe patrons' names are down here somewhere. Thanks, patrons.
We love you.
You're part of the reason I bought this new equipment. Look, I'll show you. You see my new mixer? Yeah, you can see the camera.
And then look over at Heather's camera, and you will see
we've got a new camera. It's like robots fucking, like on Cybering. I want to lick your cunt.
I want to suck your cock.
Neat. That's cool.
Let's bone.
That's Bone Zone. Bone
Mush, mush,
Zone.
mush,
Robo
mush.
Bone Zone.
Mush,
Bro,
mush,
bro
mush.
Bone Zone.
Mm.
Oh dear God! How? What are we? Look at that campaign. So, patrons, thank you for that. Thanks. You earned it. You earned that robot fucking. I hope you enjoyed it. In the future, there'll be more specific goals. Like this little special treatment might be like a $10 kind of thing.
Ooh.
I want to type this up every fucking week. Clap. What else? We love you.
Yes. Kisses. Mm.
Mo bovine.